Dear students, we are continuing with the previous part, that is introduction of management. So in the last class, we learnt about the meaning of management, isn't it? So what is the meaning of management? Management is nothing but it is art of getting the things done by a group of people with effective utilization of available resources. That is what we learned the meaning of management in the last class. And we also learned what is the importance of management, why management is important. So the economy of a country, it depends upon the management. Means where there is good management, obviously the economy will be good. That's why management plays an important role in deciding the economy of a country. And in the last class, we also learned few terms. One is execution. What does execution means? Execution is nothing but carrying out the plan, isn't it? Taking the decisions at the higher end, that is execution. What is dynamic? Dynamic is nothing but it is a continuous progress. And we also learned what is cooperation and what is coordination. Both go hand in hand, but cooperation is nothing but working together with little understanding, whereas coordination is working together, utilizing with full, that is with the full efficiency, having full understanding. That is the meaning of coordination. And in the last class, we also learned the various definition of management. Means various people, experts, how they have defined the management. So today also we will come across few new terms, isn't it? So before going to the terminology of new terms, so just I am giving a simple example of, suppose we are planning a tour in our class, 5th semester. Suppose in the vacations or at the semester end, we want to go a tour. So what is the first step? The first step is where to go, means we will plan, isn't it? We all should sit together and we will plan where to go, isn't it? Can we go to Ajanta Ellora, or can we go to Agra to see the Taj Mahal, or we want to go to Rajasthan, or we want to go to some Mahabaleshwar, isn't it? Some waterfalls or something like that. So where to go, that is nothing but that is the planning. And next comes, there should be a common understanding among all the students, isn't it? Few are telling this, few are telling that. No, it should not happen, isn't it? So there should be a common understanding among all the students. That is nothing but the coordinating. Means there should be a proper coordination. And next is, among few students, we make few students as organizers, isn't it? They will be organizing our tour. So that technically we are calling the staffing. Means for this particular task, we are having few staff members, few staff, that is nothing but the staffing, that is nothing but the organizers. So the next is, this staff or whatsoever people they are assigned, they will be motivating other students. Why this motivation is required? Motivation is required such that all the students should come to the trip, isn't it? So everyone should come, because few students, they will be enthusiastic to go and few will not. So the purpose of motivating is everyone should come. So that is actuating. And the next term is the thing we can achieve without money, isn't it? The first is investment or nothing but the collection of money. It is very important thing, isn't it? So collection of money as well as the budgeting. On one side we are going to invest, and another side what expenditure we have, that is nothing but the budgeting. Next comes, when we sort out a plan and we have collected the money, we are on a trip, but we also require a proper controlling, isn't it? Each and every student discipline should be maintained. So that is nothing but someone should be directing, someone should be controlling. Obviously, in this example, it may be from the staff people, it may be your faculties who are going to control you. And next is, finally, documenting, isn't it? Technically, we are calling by the term reporting. Everything what we are doing, we have to properly document it. These are the so and so steps, these are required and how it has been performed. That is nothing but the reporting. So these are the few terms which we will come across in whole of the subject. That's why, just to simplify, I have given you using a simple example. Now coming to the part, it is very difficult to define management. In fact, no definition of management has been universally accepted. Means there is not a single universally accepted definition. One popular definition is by Mary Parker Follett. What she told, she has given the definition, that is art of getting things done through people. I have given in under quotation. How she has defined the management? Management is nothing but it is an art of getting things done through people. So in the last class also I told what art is. Art is something kala. Art is something which comes through the practice, isn't it? So this definition calls attention to the fundamental difference between a manager and other personnel of an organization. So what she is telling, it is art of getting things done through the people. So now we have to define what people are, isn't it? In an organization, what people are. So a manager is one who contributes to the organizational goals indirectly by directing the efforts of others, not by performing the task himself. So we have got two types of human resources. See, one is at the manager side and another is the other personnel, means the other workers. So what it tells, a manager is one who is contributing to the organizational goals indirectly, means directly he is not going to do anything, he is just taking the decisions, isn't it? Who are working? Other personnel are working. Means the manager is indirectly involved in performing the goals, whereas the other people, those who come under the manager, they are directly performing the task, isn't it? So on the other hand, a person who is not a manager makes his contribution to the organizational goals directly by performing the task himself. So just to summarize, from this definition, a manager is not directly involved, whereas the other personnels are directly involved in the efforts to achieve the goals of the organization. But if you look, it is not so correct, because sometimes a single person may perform both functions. You cannot tell the manager or executive director that you cannot do this, you cannot do that. No doubt he is at the higher position, but he may do other works also. So that is the weakness, isn't it? Sometimes a single person may perform both functions. In spite of being at higher post, he can do the lower post also. So we have got two weaknesses of this definition. The first is, it uses the word art to say management is an art. That is a state of half-truth, means it is not correct. Art deals with the application of knowledge, and management is not merely application of knowledge, it also involves acquisition of knowledge, that is science. So in this definition, what Mary has told, she has told that management is art. In the further classes, we will come across a question, a debate. The question is whether management is science or whether management is art. At that session, we will clear it, what actually it is. But the thing, what it is telling now is, we cannot use the word art. Art is not an appropriate word for the management, because art is just concerned with the application of knowledge, whereas the management, it involves acquisition of knowledge, means innovation, discoveries, exploration, that all comes under the management. That is nothing but it is also a part of science. That's why we cannot use, art is not an appropriate word. And this definition does not throw, means the definition what was given by the Mary, it does not throw the various functions of manager. Means it tells that the manager is indirectly involved, so it is not so correct. That's why this definition does not throw light on various functions of the manager. A more elaborated definition was given by George R. Terry. Terry has given much generic, much more clear definition of the management. What he has given, management is a process consisting of planning, organizing, actuating and controlling performed to determine and accomplish the objectives by the use of people and resources. So what he has given? Management is a process consisting of planning, organizing, actuating and controlling performed to determine and accomplish the objectives by the use of people and resources. According to this definition, management is a systematic way of doing the things, isn't it? According to the Terry, what he has given, the whole process, see what it tells? Management is nothing but it is a systematic way of doing the things. Four activities are there. The first is planning, second is organizing, third is actuating and fourth is controlling. Four management activities are planning, organizing, actuating and controlling. Planning means that manager thinks of their own actions in advance. Organizing means manager coordinate human and material resources of the organization. Actuating means manager motivate and direct their subordinates, means they are going to motivate other people. And controlling means that manager attempts to ensure that there is no deviation from norm or plan. Controlling means everything we are going according to our plan. So these are the four basic activities of management. So when we discuss about the functions, there is enough disagreement among management writers on classification of managerial functions. Means there are so many views. No one has agreed that it is fixed to 4 or 5, 6 or 7. Means few people they have told that there are 4 functions of manager. For few people they have told 5, 6 and 7. Newman and Summer recognize 4 functions. The 4 functions are organizing, planning, leading and controlling. Whereas Henry Foyle identifies 5 functions of management. The 5 functions are planning, organizing, commanding, coordinating and controlling. And Luther Gulick states 7 states such, and he has given, just to remember as easy, he has given one acronym POSDCORB, POSDCORB. P for planning, O for organizing, S for staffing, D for directing, and C for coordinating, and R for reporting, and B for budgeting. So various people they have stated different functions of the manager. Few have stated 4, few have stated 5, few have stated 6, whereas Luther Gulick he has stated the 7 states of managerial functions. What are those? Planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordinating, reporting and budgeting. Okay, thank you.